Hello, my name's Kurt, and in this video, we're going to go ahead and create this database using Google Sheets and Google Apps Scripts. So here is going to be part one, which will consist of creating this user interface, the buttons, and these tabs down below. And then, we can create some of this here, and then you can go on and create whatever you want. You don't need to create this, but I did this for my own benefit. So as I said, this is part one, and it will just be creating this user interface or this form that will input data into our database right here, but we're going to be using Google Sheets. So the first thing is we want to open up a new sheet. And in this case here, we either can type sheets.new or go into the sheets and then just hit blank sheets. So what we want to first create is that blue background that we've seen here, right? And that starts at A1. And where's that end? Looks like it ends at X31. So let's go ahead, and instead of dragging this, we're going to go into this field here, and we're going to go ahead and type in A1 colon X31 and hit the magic enter button, and now you can see that it automatically highlights a whole slew of cells. Next, we want to fill it. We're going to fill it with a color called light blue 3. We hit that, click off it, and look, it's been done. Next, we want to create that gray dark set of boxes, and that's A6 to K26. So we're going to go ahead and again type in that box and type in A6 colon K26 and hit the enter button again. Notice that it highlighted that. And in that color, I want to do a dark gray 2. So we're going to go ahead and click on our fill again. We're going to search for, I guess, dark gray 2. It's 1. And we're going to click away. And let's see if that matches our color here. So we're going to move this aside here. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So let's just shrink this back down again. All right, so now we got a dark gray. Now next we want to create that light gray, and that light gray is going to be consistent of B to, I guess, J25, right? So we're going to do B7 colon J25. We're going to hit enter, and we see that's highlighted. And that's going to be light gray 1. And let's see. All right, we got some good contrast there. That's good. Now, the next thing is we want to create the white screen. And we're going to go ahead again. We're going to do C10 dash, colon H24. Hit the magic enter. And you see highlights again. And then we're going to go here. And I think that's white. Is it white? Yeah, that's white. So now we have our fundamental colors here. We can compare again by clicking here, and I guess you can see it's looking okay, but now we just have to format it a little more. Hit that escape key. Let's go ahead and do this. Guess we gotta do this a little bit here, and then we definitely have to leave this a little bit smaller, because we have to put our buttons in here. This we can shrink down a bit. Now let's go ahead and put a border. So do we have a border? Where do we have borders on this thing? So we know we have a border here. You see it here. And we have a border on the outside of here. So we got 2 borders we want to do. We'll put this little bugger in a bit. So let's go back to our thing here. So we know that this was A1 colon X31. We're going to highlight the thing again. Then we're going to go to our borders, and we're going to select this one, and let's put a little, make sure it's black, but let's make the line a little bit thicker. Let's try how thick this one is. And look at that. Now, the reason why I did it thick, because you can see, you barely can see it here. And then we have it over there. So that's good. Next, we're going to put a border around this. So this was A6 to, was it K26? So we'll keep that there. Then we're going to do a colon, right? 26 and hit the magic. Well, that didn't work, did it? Yeah, that worked. So now we're going to go ahead and again, select that, select this. We know that's already black. And we're going to hit that, and we're going to hit this, and let's see what happens here. Oh, yes, it's there. You can barely see that, but it's there. Now, next, what do we want to create next? Let's create that little field that's up in here that says input. So we go back to our thing here. We're just going to go ahead and see that a little more. And we got this input form thingy. This criteria thing you can make if you want to. I don't know if I'm going to do that because when we put the information in and search and all that stuff, I don't know if I'm going to use this or I'm going to use a pop-up screen. So we'll worry about that in our next few videos. So let's go ahead. We're going to create this thingy here. Let's go ahead and do that. We know it starts at D and ends at H8. So let's go to our other one. Shrink this down. Start at D. Start at H8. And let's go to our fill button. Hit black. And then here we're going to go ahead and put in some birds letters, right? And we want that to be white. And we're going to put input form. All right. White again. Click white. Yes. Highlight that. Let's do a great bold. Increase that a little bit. And what's it in now? It doesn't say input. My God. Ors. And we're going to do P. Let's just expand this a little more so you can see what we're doing. All right. So now 12 bold, but we're going to make sure it's in the center. And let's make sure that this is in the center. We got it here. So that looks okay. But let's go back to our other one. And so we see this lines up with that. So we have to shrink this crap down a little bit. So we're going to do that. That's okay. We can shrink this down a little bit too. We're going to double check it. Oh, I see. That shouldn't be there. Now I do a little more formatting here. Bring this in. Bring that in. Let's bring this H in a little more. And let's bring this J in. Might have to bring it out later. All right. So now we have our input form. Now let's go ahead and create the words here that we see from here. So we're going to do this. I'm going to do it the easy way. I'm not going to type it all in. I'm going to hit the magic copy, and let's see how bad this happens. So let's see where it is. Where did that start? That started at D11. D11. So hit paste and see what happens. Aha! Even brought in the color. So you want to know what the color is. We'll click on that. We'll hit that. And it's a custom color. Let's click on, oh, I don't want to click on it. I want to click on that. I want to click on that, and then I want to add a color. There's the custom color. It's 99D7. Well, let's do it this way. 99 Delta 7 Echo 6. That's the custom color. We're going to hit cancel, and we have it there. Now we have to do here is, see how this is coming over here? So it's very easy to adjust this field here. We're going to adjust the whole field and nothing but the whole field. So we're going to go up here, and now we see that our mouse changes. Double click. There you are. Now you have it. Now here we also have a border around it. The question is, how's the border look? The border is completely around. Let's get rid of that. Hit the escape button. Doesn't look like there's nothing over here, but that doesn't matter. So we got a border here, and we're going to have a border around there here. And this here, if you look at this, we look at this, just zoom it in, is E11 to G11. So we have to do that too. So let's go ahead, and before we do the border, let's do E11 to G11. and we're going to merge. Right. We go here. We're going to merge. Look, we merge it. Now, here's a cool thing about the sheets is this bloody thing right here. This will copy that format. So we're going to hit that, and then I'm just going to go ahead and go all the way down, and boom, look at that. It did it all. But this one here for the notes is a little bit bigger. So we're just going to go ahead and do that, do this, and then we're going to do a merge again. Merge all. And now we got it. So now we have our input fields. Let's go ahead and do some border around here. So we're going to do this. We're going to hit this. And we're going to make this a 2. We don't need it that thick. Let's see. We'll leave that there for a minute. Then we're going to do the same thing here. But set, we're going to do everything. All right, so we got that 2. Oh, we want black. Let's see if I do 1. Oh, that is better. And what we can do here is we can do this back here and this here and that dark. So let's go ahead and highlight this again. So we're going to go across the top here, and to do that, we're going to hit that. And we're going to find the top. See the top right here? Top border. Hit that and do that. And now we're going to go back to that, and it did it. And then we want to do the bottom, and it did it. Now, I'm not going to do here because what's going to do is going to black that whole thing out. So, yeah, it's good enough for the government. So we're good there. But now we have to change this color here. So what color do we have that? What color is that? What color is it? Well, it's a custom color, which I have here. So we're going to go ahead and highlight these. Go to the fill, add a custom color, highlight that bloody stuff, copy it in, hit OK. And did it take it? No. Because you know why you didn't take it? Because I didn't put a pound in front of it. Now it'll take it. There we go. Hit OK. And look at that. It's there. So now we're OK here. Now we're OK here. It's looking OK here. Well, I guess we can copy in that criteria. Let's go ahead back to this. Go here. And we see this is on D4. And this is a merge again. So D4. I'm going to copy. I don't know if you like typing. So D4, hit the magic paste. And then we're just going to merge these. We're going to hit the magic merge button. Merge all. Then we're going to go to our borders. Smack the bottom one. Keep it at a 2. And guess what? We're there. Look at that. This is annoying here. But, oh well. Can't live with everything. Let's scroll this out. Let's compare. I guess that looks okay. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to view, show, uncheck grid lines. Now, look, it's all gone. So let's go ahead now and create the buttons. The buttons. So we have a bunch of buttons. We have an add button, search, update, clear all, delete, and delete. Let's go ahead and create that, right? We'll create these here right after we're done creating a button or two. Then we'll go down here and create all this crap down here. Now, let's get the buttons out of the way. Let's shrink this. All right. Now, how to create a button? Well, we're going to go into Insert, Drawings, Shapes. I'm going to pick this. I'm going to shrink it over here. And then we know the first button was green. Was it? Yes. Green. It was a dark green. So we're going to go up here. We're going to look for a dark green. There's that one. And then we're also going to add, it's called, now some people might want to call this submit. I want to be different. So I'm going to call it add. You name whatever you want. Submit. It's probably the better choice than add. And now we're going to go to colors. border colors. Since I'm expanded or I've zoomed in, I have to hit that bar there. We're going to hit white. We're going to hit bold. And let's increase this a little bit. All right, so now we have that. And now we're going to hit save and close. And look, it pops up here. But we want to make this a little smaller. So we're going to go ahead and bring this down here a little bit. Well, we should make this a little bit wider. Make this a little wider so we can make this button here wider. So that one's done. Now, the other one here, you can go ahead and add description of what these buttons will do. We should go ahead and make the smaller button right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit the three little dots, the magic word edit, highlight, action, copy, close, insert, drawing, paste, save. Now we have two. Now we have to readjust this one here again. And now we have our other one. All right. So next, we have to make our search, update, clear, and delete. I'm going to go ahead and make copies of those over here too. So let me speed that up. I can go down in the description there, and there should be a, the chapters where you can skip right ahead. And so let me go ahead and finish that up. Now notice when I move or shrink this, you see these blue bars highlight pop up. And the one on the right there is showing that it's the same size as everybody else, or all the other buttons. And then I'm going to go ahead and move it. Now you can see the spacing is equal between all those. Again, let's do it again. It might be a little hard to see, but there we go. This is not the same. These look like they're all the same, and these look like they're all the same. So there we have all our buttons done. The next is we're going to compare. And you see how much bigger they are. So we can do that. We can make these bigger. A little bigger here. Let's just bring this down here. Actually, what I think... You can use your arrow keys to position these easier, and the shift key will fine detail it. It won't move as much if you hit unshift, no shift key, and then with the shift key on. See the difference? Okay, so there, we're done with our buttons. Looks okay. Look like they're all the same size. Look like they're in a good position. So right now we have nothing added to this, so we're not going to go any further with any app scripts. The next thing is we're going to go down, and we want to create these tabs down below that you see here. We have input, database, invoice, output, data. So first one here, this is going to be input, so we're going to right mouse, click on it. We're going to hit rename, and we're going to type in input. As soon as I can spell. Now it's input. Now we're going to hit an add. And this one here is going to be the database. We're going to call it database. And then we have add, call that one invoice. And we're going to add another one. And that one's going to be called, what do we call that other one? Output and data. Rename. Output. And we're going to add our final one, which is called data. Now the data tab, I normally put a lot of data tab. I'll always put when I'm working with sheets, if I'm going to start doing app scripts or start doing some functions and stuff like that, I'll put a data tab. In the data tab, I'll put either import data or that's the data that I'm going to use in the other sheet. So I always add a data tab. So normally it's basically two sheets. Two sheets I add per new workbook. I'm going to use the term workbook, but the Google workbook. So usually one sheet and then a data sheet and then whatever else you need. So in this case here, we have our input sheet, which is going to be the form, right? What we see here. And then we're going to have the database sheet. This is where the input, whatever data is here, and we hit the magic add button or submit button, whatever you want to call it. We'll put that here. The invoice, we'll put an invoice in there in a second. Output, well, that's used for searching. And again, the data is for any data that I need to help create the sheets or information that I need to create formulas. What else? So that's just basically data. It can be always blank or it can have stuff in it. Let's go back to the input form. So the database. So the database needs some headings. We're going to go back to our other sheet right there. We're going to click on database. You can see I got a whole crap load of stuff here in the database. So my database consists of the date, invoice, customer name, address, address to, city, state, zip, email, phone, product, cost, and paint, stain, notes, and this crap here. But a lot of this stuff here obviously is not needed in the input form, but we're going to put this in anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight this whole row, hit copy. Now remember, this is in row 3. Let's go back to our new one. We're going to go to row 3. Let's highlight that again. And let's hit paste. Oh, and there we have it. So now we have it all in there. Now the invoice form, empty on this one. Let's go back to our other one. Now this is the one that you can find this one in the Google Sheet templates or whatever else. So let's just go ahead and highlight this whole thing. And we can hit edit, copy, or you can right mouse click and copy. Go to our invoice sheet. Let's highlight this, hit that magic thing. And we want to do a special paste. Let's do all with that, all except borders. And it did it. So here I must have something already in there. You can see added tax and everything here. So here you have your one, or the one I just created. So again, this you can just go into the template so you can pull this out, put whatever data in you want, whatever data you want in. So here we have our input, then we have our database, which is going to line everything up. Again, we can do that. Click on the stuff. Invoice, you can see here. Output, we're going to use for searching, and then the data is for any data that you need to help you compute stuff or not. Let's go ahead and start doing this here. Whoop. I know these are pretty small here. Let's just move these out of the way here for a minute. So to fit these in, we're going to go ahead and merge these two. So there we have that. And then let's go ahead and redo that color since we already have it here. And then let's see if we can go ahead and get that button to fit. We're going to do some shrinkage here. Get that button. Let's get that button to fit in there. This is when you're going to have to use your shift key and arrow keys to position this okay. So now we have one of them, right? So now let's go ahead and hit this button here. And there we go again. So notice it only does it one time. There we go. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, total of 5. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. We need one more. Now we got it. So let's go ahead and put our borders in real quick so we can see what the hell we're doing. All right, let's shrink these borders down here a bit on some of the stuff. So right now we'll keep it this way. So let's get our search. All right, so there you have it. We have now completed our user interface. And next, we are going to proceed in part 2 now of this series of creating a database using Google Scripts and App Scripts. Part 2 will consist of creating the add button or the scripts for the add button. And we'll probably wind up doing the clear all in that next part of this series. So with that, I hope everyone has a healthy and wonderful day. We'll see you in part 2.